So one alternative to the traditional sort of gloppy, sticky, disgusting mashed sweet potatoes with marshmallows on top is just simple baked sweet potatoes with oranges. I like it because it's less sweet, and I know a lot of people like the traditional. I'm not going to do that this year. And the great thing about this is it's not only is it less sweet, it's a lot less fuss, and you can do it a day or 2 or 3 ahead of time, which is what I'm going to do now. All you got to do is get some nice red sweet potatoes. In my area, they call them red garnet yams. They're not really yams, they're sweet potatoes. Any dark red yam I think will do, or sweet potato will do. Some areas of the country they have Beauregards or other varieties. There are oranger ones, there are even yellower ones. The yellower ones to me taste a little starchier, more like a baked potato. All you got to do is wrap them in foil and bake them for an hour, hour and a half. And the great thing is they can bake along with your turkey or anything else you're roasting. So the first phase is you just wrap them in foil and put them on a foil-covered baking sheet. These have a lot of sugar in them, and they're going to exude a lot of sticky juice, and the cleanup will be a nightmare if you don't cover with foil. But for the first phase of this, all you got to do, wrap them in foil, put them on a foil-lined baking sheet, put them in a 350, 375, even 400-degree oven, whatever else you're baking, and stick them in there for an hour, hour and a half until they're completely cooked through and tender. You test that with a toothpick or a skewer, and we'll show you how to do that. It's been an hour and a half, 2 hours. I'm going to check those sweet potatoes and see how they're doing. Yeah, totally done. So I'm going to set them up here and let them cool down. Sweet potatoes have been cooling for about an hour now, so at least they're cool enough to handle. We baked them for about an hour and a half, 2 hours, just in with the turkey if you weren't making a turkey. You could certainly bake them faster in a hotter oven, but I had the oven on anyway, so I threw them in. They're certainly cool enough to handle. If you wanted to make these a day or 2 ahead, you could do that. But now they've given off a lot of very sweet, sugary juice, which is why we triple wrap them. I have a couple of oranges here and a little bit of butter. That's really all this is going to take. This is not going to be one of those super sweet marshmallow sticky dishes. We're going to just cut these into slices and alternate them with orange slices, and then we're going to bake them. But you can set this up a day or 2 ahead. We can cut the ends off and cut them into nice inch rounds. I'm pulling off the end pieces just because they're not necessarily beautiful looking. They're perfectly good to eat. If we need them, we'll stick them in the dish. But if not, you can save them to mash for later. And now just drizzle a little bit of butter. Cover it with foil, refrigerate it 2-3 days. You can heat it up right before you're ready to serve it in a half hour, an hour, and about 350. Or straight into the oven now for about a half hour. Reheat it just till it's heated through and it's ready to go. Sweet potatoes have been in the oven for about 25-30 minutes at about 375 just to give them a little color. Crisp them up a little bit on the outside. Heat the oranges through. They're really fragrant and sweet, orangey smelling, really fantastic. I think you're going to love them.